Buenas tardes, señora Ruth. Este video es el que grabamos el otro día para que pueda analizarse un poquito y de paso comparar con lo que le había mandado la otra vez. Vamos a ver el video en velocidad normal. Y ahora un poco más lento. Muy bien, entonces vamos a analizar un poquito ahora qué cosas podemos sacar positivas y sobre qué trabajaría, mis consejos. Bueno, la posición inicial se ve muy bien. El grip por ahí está un poquito fuerte la mano derecha. Debería estar por ahí con un poquito menos de presión y la veo apuntando más dentro del hombro y no como está ahora, que está apuntando hacia afuera. La ve entre el índice y el dedo pulgar, y por ahí la posición de pelota está un poquito atrás para el hierro que está pegando. Yo le sugiero que parta una posición en el medio para los hierros cortos y de ahí vaya hacia la izquierda para palos más largos. Una sugerencia. Con respecto al backswing, vamos a marcar, esto es lo que le digo, o sea, con respecto a su cuerpo, la pelota está un poquito atrasada. Esto lo filmé sin trípode, entonces no podemos ver bien si la cabeza se mueve o no. Me gusta mucho la amplitud del backswing, excelente ese brazo izquierdo como se mantiene, pero me gustaría que la relación entre los hombros y el brazo la siga manteniendo. Ve como ahí ha llegado casi a más de la mitad del backswing y su giro de hombros está como reducido. A esa altura deberíamos estar con los hombros así para esa posición del brazo izquierdo. El déficit en rotación va a hacer que tenga que hacer mucho esfuerzo con los brazos. Al final del swing se ve una rotación excelente. El problema de que el orden sea primero levanto con los brazos y después giro es que el palo tiende a quedar con un backswing demasiado largo. Si hacemos la secuencia al revés, primero giro y trato de mantener la posición de los brazos, lo que logro es que el palo al tope del backswing me quede en una posición más parecida a la última L, en lugar de estar tan caída. Entonces ese es el primer consejo, girar el cuerpo y después terminar de colocar los brazos y no al revés. Ahora está la parte que le decía, me gusta mucho el desenrosque de la cadera, pero la cara del palo viaja mucho más rápido que las manos y eso provoca que en el momento del impacto, comparado con la posición inicial, que la vara está así inclinada, bueno, se movió un poquito la cámara, pero claramente este sería el ángulo de la vara en el setup, y en el impacto tenemos un palo que está más vertical y por ende la cara del palo apunta más para arriba, o sea que estamos regalando distancia porque el palo va a pegar mucho más alto. La idea es, si Esta es la posición inicial, si empecé el swing ahí, al impacto llegar con las manos en esta posición, siempre que la cara llegue un poquito detrás de las manos. Esa L que le decía que se forma al tope del backswing, tratar de retenerla lo más que se pueda hasta el impacto, que los brazos se suelten tarde, y eso genera un movimiento mucho más eficiente. Por último, la extensión hacia adelante es muy buena, en eso la felicito, como mantiene muy buenos hábitos. Hay que hacer que esa cadera termine de pasar, si se puede, termine de cargar sobre la pierna izquierda. Pero creo que es un swing que tiene muchísimas cosas buenas y detallecitos que siempre puedo arreglar. Vamos a ver con detenimiento la corrección que hizo. Se acuerda que pegamos unas pelotas y de ahí encontró un par de sensaciones que le podían funcionar. Vamos a ver qué salió después de esos 2 o 3 correcciones. Bueno, acá tenemos ya los swings cuando trabajó un poquito y seguimos observando un backswing con mucha amplitud. Excelente ese movimiento hasta esa altura, me encanta el movimiento. Recuerde de ir tratando de que el palo llegue ahí porque giramos los hombros y no porque levantamos el palo con las manos. Eso la va a hacer mantener un swing con mucha, que va a perdurar en el tiempo porque va a aprovechar el peso de su cuerpo y va a usar sus piernas para pegar, que es algo que todo el tiempo nos pueden sostener. Vemos la posición al tope del backswing, lo que le decía, al no hacer giro de hombros, coloca el palo en posición. Muy buena esa posición, muy buena esa posición. Faltaría, acá vemos la posición del codo izquierdo, deberíamos tratar, perdón, del codo derecho, deberíamos tratar que el codo mire hacia abajo. El codo derecho mire hacia abajo y no hacia atrás, pero dentro de todo es un backswing razonable. Nicklaus hacía ese movimiento con el codo. Pero como le decía, al colocar las muñecas temprano y no girar, cuando el cuerpo gira, queda el palo un poco caído. Yo prefiero que el palo nos quede, que ese sea el tope de su backswing. Ese sería un swing envidiable con una persona de su edad y experiencia. Entonces, desde ahí lo que hay que ir buscando es la sensación, recuerde, de retener ese ángulo de las muñecas, ir teniéndolo hasta casi llegar al impacto y no soltarlo antes como se ve en la filmación, ¿sí? Tratar de sostener el palo al impacto y no estar soltándolo antes de tiempo. Eso, si yo sostengo este ángulo, la única opción para pegarle a la pelota es lo que yo considero el movimiento más saludable, que es desenroscar el cuerpo, hacer que el cuerpo rote y con esa acción pegarle. De la otra forma tengo que estar coordinando la descarga de las manos con el cuerpo y es un movimiento que, si bien puede funcionar, es mucho más aleatorio, o sea que no logro una consistencia de pegarle todos los tiros igual. Entonces mi consejo es ese, rotación de hombros sin quebrar tanto en el backswing, o sea, primero roto los hombros y después termino de colocar el palo, llegar con el palo hasta esa posición, ahí estaría increíble el backswing, y desde ahí desenroscar el cuerpo primero trayendo el palo con la L formada, o sea, esa L traerla hasta llegar, la sensación va a ser que voy a llegar casi hasta esa posición con el brazo izquierdo sin haber desenroscado, eh, descargado las muñecas. Y de ahí sentir que el cuerpo sigue girando para pegarle a la pelota. Voy a ver si le puedo buscar un ejercicio de lag, de rezago del palo para poder trabajar eso. Igual Ruth, la verdad que felicitaciones por el swing que tiene y sobre todo por las ganas que le pone a su golf. Le mando un beso grande y nada, ahora siempre en contacto para ayudar.
Hi Revolution Golfers, this is Andrew Rice out here on the Western Savannah Harbour lesson tee. I appreciate you listening in to what I have to say today. Have you ever tried to hit down on the golf ball? Have you ever worked towards swinging out? Have you ever tried to keep your back towards the target? Today I'm going to share some information with you that might challenge that direction that you've been working in your golf swing. But the main idea I want to get across is the value of attack angle and how we get, for these shots that we hit off the ground, how we get the sole of this club working a little more in harmony with the ground. Now, attack angle, PGA Tour average with a 7-iron is around 4 degrees down. Let's keep in mind those tour players will swing a lot faster than most of us. They'll have a lot more ball speed, which will cause the ball to continue its climb for a much longer time than our golf ball as it leaves our club face. So what do we need? I much prefer for us to have a shallow angle of attack, one where we get the club almost skimming the ground. I'm not a big fan of divots. If you're taking divots, that's okay. If you're taking gouging divots, then we certainly need to make an upgrade, pun intended. Not that I want you to hit up on the golf ball, I just want you to shallow out that angle of approach. So think about this. As we look at studies, research that have been conducted on how these top players swing the club, what we found is that the butt end of the club, the handle of the club, as the club head hits the ball, the handle is actually traveling upward, forward, and inward. Keep in mind, 3D, okay? So all we've got to pay attention to is the fact that the handle is traveling up away from the ground, okay? And that's the big part and the big message I want to get across. Keep in mind, a lot of people will go, well, if the handle's coming up, surely I'm going to thin a lot of shots. And that's not necessarily the way it works, simply because this club also works in 3D. If we get the handle of the club going up, notice how the club head typically wants to go down. So on the way through, I would love to see all of us feel like we're going to open up our chest. We're going to feel like this lead shoulder really works up and around. That'll certainly get the handle working up and away from the ground. And what that does is it tends to shallow out my attack angle. Why do we want a shallower attack angle if we don't have a club speed commensurate with that of a PGA Tour player? Because we need to hit the ball higher, we need to launch the ball higher, we need to crisp up our hit. We want to get as much energy as possible into that golf ball to help it go. Who wouldn't want that? So a little exercise. Get yourself set up. I've just got a 7-iron in my hand here. I'm going to set up inside the ball. I'm going to put the club on the ground. Let's call it 2.5 feet behind where I would normally have it. And you can tell I've almost got to reach down to get the sole of the club on the ground. And from there, this is the drag drill. I'm just going to drag this along the ground all the way through impact. And what you really should start to be able to see is, I'm going to grip down on this, is how the handle of the club is really working upward, okay? So that thought of hitting down happens. That idea of getting the club head to travel in to out happens. So you'll notice here, as I grip down on the club, how the handle is working up and in, and the club head at the same time is actually working down and out. And that's really what we want if we want to hit shallow angle of attack draws. So a feel, club on the ground, rotate that body open, feel that handle come up, and then I'm just going to hit some little soft ones. You know me, I always like to hit these soft ones to get the feel, where I'm really trying to sense that I get the handle, the butt end of the club, pulling up away from the ground. That doesn't mean I'm going to break my arms. I'm going to use my body pivot, my body chest rotation to get that handle working up and off the ground. Very simple little feel here. I don't want anybody standing up. I don't want anyone pulling the club, the entire club up. I just want that handle pivoting up. Here we go. Nice little one. That was a little better. Okay, and that's the feel, that little impact drag drill there. Club on the ground, 2 to 2.5 feet behind the ball. Drag it through impact, feeling, allowing really the handle to work up and in. You can still hit shots off the ground with a slightly descending angle of attack. The club head can be traveling in to out. You'll hit those crisp, higher, longer baby draws. I know you'll enjoy that. I certainly would. Thanks very much for tuning in. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll get to as many as I can.
My name is Julio Nut. I'm a lead master instructor here at the Jim McLean Golf School at Trump National Doral. Today we're going to talk about lagging the club or ideal impact position. As you all may know, you want to get to impact and your hands must be ahead of the club face by the time. You don't want to be scooping the club. You want to have the hands ahead, de-lofting the club a little bit, hitting down if you're hitting an iron. So many players have the problem that from the top they throw hands and arms and the body is not fast enough and they're just scooping and having the club passing the hands early in the swing, producing thin shots and fat shots and not allowing the player to compress the ball properly. So let's talk about a tip, a drill that can help you develop that feel. And if you get a club, like let's say I have a 9-iron here, and you're gonna hit some pitch shots, some longer pitch shot with a 9-iron, I would say 70, 80 yards, maybe what I'm gonna try to hit here. You need to really feel like you're moving. You don't have a very steady body, but you're moving, dynamic. And as you go back, I want you to exaggerate and I want you to feel that the club is dragging and staying behind the hands. So you go back here, this is the feel. This is not how you're going to play, but this is the drill and this is how I want you to feel. Because as you change direction, look at what is going to happen. The hands are going back, the club is dragging, and as you change pressure and you move the hands forward, now the club face is going back and you have a much better chance to be here. So instead of moving back and forward and scooping it, I want you to feel this motion. Feel this motion. So that you get in your system the feel of how it feels to drag it and hit it there. And what is going to happen is you're going to feel softer hands and you're going to feel that the change of direction in your swing is not coming from tight hands and your arms, but it's changing more from your body. This is like a rope hanging off my body and it's moving back and forward. And I'm not doing anything with my arm. My arm is being moved by my body. So as you develop that, you're going to have the feel of what the lag feels like, and you're going to be able to ingrain that feel in your longer shots. So again, you come here, you feel your arms and hands are hanging from you, and you're just going to go back, dragging it here, and then changing direction. And you hit a shot here. Okay? Practice that, and that's going to help you to hit the ball better and much more solid with your hands ahead. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and I get back to as many as I can. Thank you.
Hi Revolution golfers, Andrew Rice here on the lesson tee at the Western Savannah Harbor Resort, and I've got a special treat for you today. The guy who got me started in golf, my dad, Bill Rice. Dad, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So lovely, so lovely. And so what we're going to do today, Revolution golfers, is I'm going to take my dad through a little mini lesson, just a little snapshot as to what you might perhaps experience if you do come visit me for a 3-day school, a golf lesson, anything. What we're going to do is Dad's going to hit a couple of shots. We're going to take a look at his original swing. Dad, what you been struggling with lately?
My old problem, hitting the ball left.
Hitting it left.
Pulling it left, yeah.
Okay, pulling it left. So he's hitting these pull draws that go left. He's a good golfer. He plays off a 12. He's had a hip replacement. Most of your life you've been like a 3 or a 4, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. He got me started in golf. I owe it all to him. So the least I can do is see if I can get him to hit it a little bit better. Let's take a look at his original swing. Okay, so what my dad's typical pattern is he tends to hit the outside of the golf ball. He gets his club path coming in from out to in a little bit too much. The club face is a little bit closed. As a result, the ball starts left and goes further left. So what we identified is, take your sit up there for me, Dad. Okay, is his left arm, his lead arm, tends to get out too much. So go ahead and we're going to make this backswing. And this is what I see. As he goes back, the left arm tends to stay on the target line a little bit too much. So I'd love to see you get that left arm a little bit more to the inside. That's going to give you some more room to be able to deliver this club more from the inside and hit the inside part of the golf ball. Okay, so go ahead and set up here. I'm going to get you to hit, and we've got TrackMan running, so we can just get a little bit of feedback. I'm going to get you just a couple of, just make a practice backswing. Don't hit this. Okay, back to there. So just a couple of soft ones here, Dad. Go ahead. I'm going to be in your space. Again, start again. I want you to go back and through this time. Hit it. Not hard. Okay. Not the best strike in the world. I can't believe this lesson isn't working perfectly just yet. Give us another one. Takes a while to get used to somebody standing on top of you here. So he's really trying to feel that left arm get a little deeper. We've got to get that left arm deep enough. Again, back and through, okay, hit it. Okay, and let's see TrackMan. Yeah, there we go. That club path is nicely from in to out. We're starting to get the club approaching the ball more from the inside. And so we've done a little bit of work. Let me show you his before and after swing comparison. Let's take a look. And so there you can tell quite a big difference in where that left arm, initially it was going back a little too much on the target line, and then we said, come on, let's get it a little bit more in so that you've got that room to be able to approach the ball from the inside. Okay, and that's the key. So many of you, I see this lead arm really getting up and getting a little bit too vertical. Like my dad, hopefully we can get rid of those pulls and those pull draws. Hey, Willie?
Thank you.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. Revolution golfers, thanks so much for tuning in. If you would like help with your game, I know I teach a lot of you that are my dad's age, would love to host you for a 3-day school out here at the Western Savannah Harbor Resort. Let's get you going. Let's get you enjoying your time out on the golf course that much more. If you do have any comments or questions, leave them below. I'll respond to as many as I can.